Have you ever fought for something, not because you hated the hardship, but because you loved something you simply couldn't let go of? Close your eyes for just a moment. Think back. Is there something in your life that made you stand back up, even when you were broken? Not because of anger, not because you needed to prove something, but simply because your love for it was too deep to walk away. Your family, your dreams, the dignity that quietly lifted you each time you fell. We all carry a sacred home in our hearts, something we would fight for, no matter how hard it gets. And sometimes the greatest strength to keep fighting comes not from hatred, but from the silent, unwavering love for what stands behind us. Today I want to share with you a story not just about battlefields and bullets, but about the power of love and how it turns ordinary people into extraordinary warriors. In every battle, it's easy to think a soldier fights because of anger, revenge, or hatred. But the truth is far deeper and far more beautiful. A soldier doesn't fight because he hates what's in front of him. He fights because he loves what's behind him. A soldier doesn't fight because he hates what's in front of him. He fights because he loves what's behind him. These words are not just a quote. They are a truth carved deep into the heart of every true warrior. A reminder that the greatest battles in life are not fueled by rage, but by love. Love for family, love for dreams worth protecting, love for the simple, irreplaceable things we hold dear. And it's this kind of love, quiet, fierce, and unwavering, that gives us the strength to stand tall, even when everything around us is falling apart. It's easy to let anger drive us when we feel hurt. It's easy to believe that rage will make us stronger, tougher, unstoppable. But true strength, true unshakable strength, does not come from hatred. It comes from love. The ones who fight hardest are not those who burn with fury. They are the ones who fight because their love runs deeper than their fear, deeper than their pain, deeper than any wound the world could inflict. In life, it is love, not hate, that gives birth to real power. The love for a family that depends on you. The love for a dream you refuse to abandon. The love for a version of yourself you are still fighting to become. Hatred consumes. Love empowers. When we fight for love, we don't just endure hardship. We transcend it. We don't just survive. We become protectors, guardians, warriors of the things that matter most. And in the quiet moments when no one is watching, it is that love, invisible yet unbreakable, that keeps us moving forward, one step at a time. We talk about love being stronger than hate. We say it gives us the courage to endure, to fight, to rise again. But sometimes words alone aren't enough. Sometimes we need a real story, a living testament, to show what love in action truly looks like. Let me take you back to a battlefield, to a day when love proved more powerful than fear, to a young Marine who chose not to run, but to return. Not because he hated the enemy, but because he couldn't bear the thought of leaving his brothers behind. Real life story, Dakota Meyer. In 2012, deep in the harsh terrain of Afghanistan, a young Marine named Dakota Meyer faced a moment that would define not just his career, but his very soul. That morning, Dakota and his team found themselves trapped in a nightmare, an ambush, enemy fighters hidden in the hills, gunfire raining down from all sides. The situation was chaos, pure, blinding chaos. The order came swiftly and coldly. Fall back, retreat. But as Dakota turned to withdraw, he heard it, the desperate cries for help from his brothers in arms, pinned down, bleeding, terrified. Dakota paused, his heart pounded. Every instinct screamed at him to run, to survive. But something deeper held him there, something far stronger than fear. It wasn't hatred for the enemy that made him turn back. It wasn't anger that drove him forward. It was love. Love for the men he had trained with, love for the brothers who had laughed with him, bled with him, stood beside him when the world seemed to fall apart. Without hesitation, Dakota climbed into a battered Humvee, alone, unarmed except for his courage and his will. He drove straight into the kill zone. Bullets shredded the air around him. Explosions rocked the earth beneath his wheels. Smoke and dust turned the battlefield into a hellish storm. Once, twice, 3 times. Dakota charged in, rescuing the wounded, pulling them to safety, shielding them with his own body if he had to. Over and over again, he braved death, ignoring his own injuries, ignoring the voice inside that begged him to stop. When the smoke finally cleared, Dakota Meyer had rescued 36 of his brothers, 36 lives, saved because one man chose love over fear. Later, when asked why he had done it, why he had defied orders, risked everything, Dakota's answer was simple, almost too simple for the magnitude of what he had done. I didn't fight because I hated what's in front of me. I fought because I loved those who stood beside me. There was no bitterness in his voice, no anger in his heart, only a quiet, unwavering conviction. The kind that only comes from fighting for something larger than yourself. For his actions that day, Dakota Meyer was awarded the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration in the United States. But if you were to ask him, the real honor was not the medal pinned to his chest. The real honor was knowing that love had guided his every step, even in the darkest of hours. Because in the end, a true warrior doesn't fight to destroy. He fights to protect, to preserve, to save. And that makes all the difference. There will be times in your life when the world feels like a battlefield. Times when you are outnumbered, overwhelmed, exhausted. Times when giving up would be the easiest thing to do. But in those moments, remember this. You are not fighting to destroy something. You are fighting to protect what you love. And that love, silent, stubborn, unbreakable, is stronger than any enemy you will ever face. You are fighting for the family who believes in you, for the dreams that still burn quietly in your heart, for the dignity that no hardship can ever take away. It's not hatred that will carry you through the storm, it's love. The love that whispers, stand up. One more time. The love that gives you the strength to move forward when everything else tells you to stop. Like Dakota Meyer charging through fire, like every quiet hero who chose love over fear, you too have a power within you. A power no enemy, no failure, no pain can ever truly defeat. Because when you fight for what you love, your battle becomes more than a struggle. It becomes a purpose, a calling, a legacy. And that makes every step, every scar, every sacrifice worth it. If today you are fighting for your family, for your dreams, or simply for the person you are striving to become, if your battle is driven by love, not by hate, then I invite you to leave a heart in the comments below. Let it be a small, quiet reminder to yourself and to others that love is still the strongest force we have. And if this message touched something deep inside you, I would be honored to have you join me on this journey. Subscribe to this channel. Stay with me. Together, let's keep sharing the stories of those silent warriors who teach us that real strength is born always from love.